friends, it's me again, Mrs. Finner, and this is my last constructed response video, and thank you again to Addison. Thanks, Addie, for letting me use your work. I really appreciate the permission to use it, and I'm going to break down her Socratic seminar preparation or her Socratic seminar constructed response. This one is the quiz grade, so this is a little bit higher stakes here. So again, it's very similar formatting wise, but I just want to break it down for you. So to start, there were quite a few questions that you could have chosen from. So she chose the question that was under the characterization format, or the characterization title rather, and hers was pick a human adult in the book and talk about if that person is doing the right thing for Connor or not. To start, I would say for her font, I would have liked it. Her font is fine. The font color, I would like it to be black. It is a bit hard to read, and this is a quiz, so it is more formal. But again, that's pretty nitpicky. The work stands out, so just a thought, though. So again, let's look at the criteria that I'm going to be grading you on for the rubric. You answer the question with PQA in a complete sentence and use your own words. Awesome. We've talked about that. PQA, part of the question, the answer. We know what to do there. You use at least one piece of cited textual evidence to support your answer. You do not copy evidence without citing it, and you put it in a complete sentence. Again, we've talked about this. We all know how to do that. You cite the text evidence correctly. As a reminder, I put it here, but let me just make it maybe big for you so you guys can see it. So you would have the quotes, the copied evidence, the end quote, parenthesis, NES with a capital N because it's the author's last name, the page number you found the evidence on, and parenthesis, and period. So that would be the correct way to cite your textual evidence. She missed a point for that, or a half a point for that. You explain the evidence, you, in your own words, do this, and you also write in complete sentences, and you have a conclusion sentence. Perfect. So let's check this out. So I'll make this big. I'm going to make the rubric a bit smaller so we can see. So again, her question was, pick a human adult, or her prompt, pick a human adult in the book and talk about if that person is doing the right thing for Connor or not. So she said, the adult in this story, a monster calls, isn't doing the right thing for Connor is his mom. Great. So she mentioned the title. You don't necessarily have to have a title, author, genre, statement, but she does mention the title, which is a great little feature of this. So she's taking a piece of that title, author, genre, statement, and inserting it into this paragraph, which I really like. I think that's a great way to start your introduction sentence. It's a complete sentence. She does go back and use PQA, and she states what character she chose. So awesome job for that introductory sentence. In the text, it states, wonderful. So she sets up her text by saying, in the text it states, she puts the parentheses around, the quotation marks around. She still smiled, but it was tighter now, and she traced her fingers along the threaded pattern of the duvet, grizzly bears that Connor had outgrown years ago. She had tied her red rose scarf around her head, but only loosely, and he could see her pale scalp underneath. He didn't think that she even pretended to try on any of his grandma's old wigs. I'm going to be okay, she said. I really am. So she got partial credit for citing evidence, and maybe you picked up on this, but she has her quotation marks, but what is she missing, right? The parenthesis, author last name, which is Ness with a capital N, page number, and parenthesis, period. So she's missing that formatting, so that's why she got half a point. She does copy it word for word, and she does put it in quotation marks, so that's why she did receive half credit for that. In this piece of evidence, it shows that his mom knew she wasn't going to be okay. Wonderful. She explains her evidence. And then she I really, really, really like how she did this. She went back to the quote and picked up keywords from the quote and talked about them and explained how those keywords in her quote support her reasoning, which is a really great thing to do. The text said she smiled tightly. And if we go back, it does say that. She says she still smiled, but it was tighter now. So she brought that up. She said the text said she smiled tightly, meaning she knew that she was lying to herself, right? Because if you have a tight smile, it's not very confident, right? What she was doing is wrong for Connor because she's making him believe that she isn't going to die and that she will live. She knows deep down that the medicine wasn't working. By lying to Connor, she's making it harder for him when he needs to say goodbye. Also, by lying to Connor, it put him in denial, making him have outbursts of rage. leading him to destroy his grandma's sitting room and putting Harry in the hospital. So his mom is doing wrong. So now here's her conclusion sentence. So his mom is doing the wrong thing for him by not telling him the truth about her situation. So she explained her evidence. She did this really well. I love that she went back to the text, pulled key words, and talked about how those support her reasoning. Overall, this is a great job. Again, it is a bit longer. Your response doesn't necessarily need to be that long, right? This is the great thing. I'll move myself a second. I'm not looking for how long something is, right? The length isn't as important. What I'm grading you on is that you fit all these criteria in the rubric, right? So again, I hope that that is helpful. If you have any questions at all, please, please, please reach out. I hope these videos are helpful, and I will see you later. Great job, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.